The term slip disc is a common but inaccurate way to describe spinal disc herniation. Okay? Many people mistakenly believe that a herniated disc moves out of place, but this isn't the case. Okay? Intervertebral disc, the cushioning structures between the vertebrae and the spine, do not slip or shift. Okay? Instead, the outer layer of the disc may tear, allowing the inner gel-like substance to protrude or herniate, okay? Which can press on nearby nerves and cause pain. Alright? So, the human spine consists of 24 vertebrae stacked to form the vertebral column. Okay? So, between each pair of vertebrae is an intervertebral disc, which serves several important functions. One is cushioning, okay? Acting as a shock absorbers. So these discs reduce the impact of the spine during daily activity. Number two is flexibility. So they allow for movement and flexibility, enabling the spine to bend, twist, and perform other motions. So each intervertebral disc has two main components. Okay? One is the nucleus pulposus. This is the soft gel-like inner core which resembles the consistency of chewing gum. Okay? Number two is the annulus fibrosus. This is the tough fibrous outer layer that provides structures and protection to inner core of the disc. Okay? So, when a disc herniates, okay, one is degeneration. Alright? So, over time, disc can lose water content, becoming less flexible and more susceptible to injury. Second is tear or rupture. Okay? The annulus fibrosus may develop cracks, okay, or tears, allowing the nucleus pulposus to push out. Alright? Three is protrusion. Okay? So, the inner gel-like substance can bulge or protrude from the disc. So, this condition is often but inaccurately called a slip disc. So, symptoms of herniated disc, one is pain. Okay? So, this can be localized to the lower back or neck. Alright? And may radiate down the arms